Hollow Knight manhunts have been done loads of times before, most notably by Fireball, and I decided to test it out myself. So here's the rules. Hunters get C dash and claw from the start. Hunters get dash, vengeful spirit, dive, wings and tear when the runner does. Hunters can pick up charms and charm notches, but nothing else. If the runner beats the game in under 4 hours, they win. If they go over 4 hours, the hunters win. The runner cannot hear the hunters in voice call and gets a 60-second head start. Now we've done the rules, let's start with the map. My plan was to play the game normally, doing as many skips as possible up until Mantis Claw, where my route would start to become abnormal. I knew that I'd need to grab all the Geo here because I wanted to buy the Crossroads stack. This was so I could use it later. I had finally reached False Knight, however, I decided to skip the boss fight and not finish it. I wouldn't need City Crest, and you'll see why later. I was now approaching Vengeful Spirit, and I knew that there would be a hunter waiting for me. And I was right, Dark Flame Weaver was waiting for me. I managed to somehow get around him, and he crystal dashed, which ended up wasting time so I could get into Crystallized Mound. I knew what I had to do. If you've watched my first ever short on the channel, you'll see that I did this skip in Crystallized Mound. I decided to do it here, so all I had to do was quickly set up the skip, and I managed to get it first try. Now I waited for them to give themselves Vengeful Spirit, and as soon as I got the signal to go, I went for it, and managed to easily escape Dark Flame Weaver. I knew that the other hunter Slime would be waiting here, so I braced myself for a fight. I spammed Vengeful Spirit and quickly managed to kill him. And because of this fight, I also almost died. Though I managed to kill it and tried to quickly make my way through Green Path so I could do the Vengeful Spirit / Squid skip before Slime could get to me. However, I was not quick enough, and he managed to catch up with me. I had no choice but to fight him. And eventually, I died. I knew that he'd just be waiting for me where I died, so I decided to go the long way around Green Path. That was until I realised I needed 50 Geo to get through, and I also couldn't get through this way. This was a massive time loss, so I just quickly headed back, and when I'd managed to make the Squid skip and get past there, I got my shade safely and he wasn't there. But then, as I was killing the Moss Knights for Geo, Slime was here. He instantly Vengeful Spirited me, but I managed to easily get past him. I'd managed to quickly get to the bench, and now I could heal. I quickly bought the stag, and eventually I outplayed him and managed to get out of the room with full health. Now I could go on to Hornet, though Slime would be a problem. I had killed Slime, now all I needed to do was quickly kill Hornet before he came back to me. Slime had died again, however I was now on one mask. Soon enough I'd killed Hornet, but now Slime was here. And well, he could only die so many times before I died. Luckily when I got back, the dash was there and I wouldn't have to re-kill Hornet. I was really glad about it. Since save and quitting to a bench wasn't allowed, I had to get out the normal way. I then took the stag to Crossroads and headed to Fungal Wastes. I quickly rushed through here and managed to get Mantis Claw. Luckily the hunters weren't here yet. And now I was planning on doing the shade skip to get under resting grounds. I quickly bought Shaman Stone and then sat on the bench. Now if I died I would respawn here. Now all I had to do was the shade skip. But it's fine, because I always one-shot the shade skip, right?
Bruh.
Once I'd finally made it, I headed into Blue Lake and then into resting grounds. Here I quickly grabbed the dream now, and the hunters seemed to still think I was going after Mantis Claw. I was now heading into King Station when something quite unexpected happened. I saw Dark Flame Weaver. This was one of the most intense battles of the whole manhunt. Enjoy! The first thing I did was quickly run for the King Station stag. I had now used Mantis Claw in front of him, so he'll know that I have it. I didn't want to exactly just run away because I needed Glorious Husk. Then with this I would have enough geo to buy the stag. I was trying to distract him with the transition, but it didn't work. Now I was on one mask, I just wanted to quickly get away. If I died here it would not be good. And somehow I'd managed to parry and kill Dark Flame Weaver. Now I just have to quickly rush to the bench and hope I don't bump into him. I had managed to sit on the bench and now was at full health. I quickly got past Dark Flame Weaver, and now I was finally away from the battle. I decided to make sure I lost Dark Flame Weaver entirely, so I went and killed Gorgeous Husk. I would use this geo to buy the stag at King Station. My goal was to get Dive, then I would get into Crystal Peaks and grab Sea Dash. Then after that I would farm for Lumify Lantern. This was bad. I was about to die. But don't worry, I killed them, and now I'm at a bench. After struggling a load on the Soul guys, I was now at Soul Warrior, who in my opinion is harder than the Soul Master, so we're definitely doing well so far. I swear I just saw a hunter at the entrance to the Soul Warrior fight, so let's hurry up and get through quickly. And great, Dark Flame Weaver was also here. This was going to be tough. I'd now activated 2 Soul Twisters. I tried to escape but saw Slime guarding the exit, so I knew I just had to go for it. And soon enough, I died. I'd already killed Soul Warrior, so if I was good enough I should be able to make it through. Neither of the hunters were here, so I assumed they'd gone to Soul Master. I had just reached the Soul Master fight, and sure enough, they were there. Remembering what happened with Hornet earlier, I decided to go in and hope I can beat Soul Master whilst fighting Dark Flame Weaver. I'd managed to survive on one mask after Dark Flame Weaver died. Now I just had to survive and hopefully beat the boss. Though Dark Flame Weaver must have quickly alerted Slime, and he came and killed me. I decided to go and give it another shot. There was a barrier for Slime dividing us since he was in the boss fight, so I tried to abuse it to my advantage, but it didn't work very well. I died again, so I just decided to leave the boss fight for later and go do something else. That something else being farming for Lumafly Lantern, and I knew there was a King's Idol in Howling Cliffs, so I went there through King's Pass. After getting another relic from Fungal Waste, I decided to go for Dive again. Hopefully they wouldn't be there. And luckily they weren't, so let's just quickly kill Soul Master and grab Dive. Now we have this, I'll also grab a Hallownest Seal in Soul Sanctum, and now we have enough for Lumafly Lantern. Now I was at Lem, I could easily sell all my relics to him, and now get enough for Lumafly Lantern. I would need Lumafly Lantern to get Hera and Deep Nest, but also Descending Dark from Crystal Peaks. And since I already have the Dream now, I wouldn't need to use it for that. Now, I was planning on quickly getting another mask, so I would have 6. So I bought one from Sly and started grabbing some grubs. And now I was going to quickly beat Brooding Morlock. And when I was going for this mask, I actually almost died. I then grabbed 2 more grubs and headed to Grobfather. And now I'd collected the final Mars shard, all I needed to do was go to Crystal Peaks, grab C-Dash and Descending Dark, and then I would kill some Dreamers. And then Dark Flame Weaver asked me if I'd already done Watchers. I decided to throw them off by saying maybe. Soon enough, I'd got on Crystal Dash. Now all I needed to do was go and grab Descending Dark. I then decided to also buy Unbreakable Heart. I then very nearly made the acid skip first try, but I didn't. It did take me a few tries, but it wasn't long before I managed to do it. Now I was at the Umu boss fight, and considering I still had Broken Nail as I forgot to get a nail upgrade, well, this was absolute pain. And finally, after 6 long minutes, I'd killed Umu. Now let's quickly grab Monomon and go for Hera. Now I was finally at Beast's Den. All I needed to do was kill 3 stalking devouts and then get Hera. By that point I would have enough geo for the stag station as well. Then I could take that to King's Station and try watching those. And also, since I hadn't seen the hunters in a while, they wanted to add a thing where they could see where I was on the map every 15 minutes. So now they'll be able to do that. Now all I had to do was go to watchers. To make the fight easier, I broke the chandelier, which means there's now 5 watchers. And now I was ready to do watchers. This was not going as planned. I was already on 2 masts. Now I'm only on 1. Let's really hope we can survive. Now Slime was here, I stood absolutely no chance. I tried to go back, but I knew I didn't stand a chance with Slime being there, and I knew that Dark Flame Weaver would probably be here soon as well. It was at this moment that I realised I needed a plan. So what I decided to do was go away and head all the way to Crystal Peaks. And eventually when they check the map, they see I was there and go there. Then I will sneak back to the Watchers fight and hope that there'll be one, if not none, of the hunters. Eventually I was heading back to Watchers, and I managed to somehow get there and neither of the hunters were there. So I quickly managed to kill them. Then I grabbed Lurian. Now finally, we had just the Hollow Knight left. I didn't think I was going to be able to beat it, but I'll give it my best shot. Now I've destroyed all the chains, I could start the boss instantly even if I died. I ended up fighting and dying for ages. I knew that it wasn't possible, and eventually the timer ran out. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe. I had a lot of fun making it. Go subscribe to Slimehead and Dark Flame Weaver, and also join the Discord. All the links are in the description. If you want to see me do this again, maybe the Steel Soul version, make sure to let me know down below. Goodbye.